Hollow Knight, a game about a small little fella who's lost and trying to find his purpose in life. Or something like that, I don't really know. But it's lots of fun, and it's long and convoluted, so today, I'm gonna play it. The game starts with some cinematic, then you go on a little walk while learning the controls. Eventually, you find this sign letting you know that you're about to enter the Eternal Kingdom, Hallownest. You enter this small town called Dirtmouth and talk to this silly fella named Elderbug. Not the strangest name we'll find. Elderbug is here to tell you about how their town has gone quiet. Everybody who previously lived here jumped down the well into In the Forgotten Crossroads, you find some of your first enemies and learn how to channel soul, aka healing, using the souls of the life around you. Then we meet another new person, Cornifer. Cornifer seems to appear everywhere you go. His only purpose in life is to sell you maps. Every area you go, he will be there. It's just to sell you a map for Geo. But what even is Geo anyway? Geo is like these rare ore that everybody in all of Hallownest has adopted as their currency. Cornifer also tells you about his wife Izelda, who sells compasses and other charms like that. I learned pretty early on how dangerous some of these creatures in the Forgotten Crossroads can be. As you descend deeper, you get more and more dangerous, like this pregnant woman, or locked gates. Okay, I got locked out. I'm serious. This place might have many different bugs and creatures that want to kill you, but sometimes there are areas of peace, like this little pool of soul next to a bench for you to rest on. Benches let you set your spawn and regen all of your lives. They're very important in Hollow Knight. This is the Temple of Black Egg, a temple made for this big egg. It's said that it's warm and gives off a special aura when you're around it. The one actually saying this is this guy, Quirrell. Sure, he calls you short in his second sentence, but he is kind of a friend for us. He is another one of the characters we meet a lot in the game. Finally, we enter Izelda's shop, but I didn't have enough Geo, so I had to go get more. But first I died for the first time, and had to go recollect my soul. Then I found this big fella, and he shredded me in seconds. Again, I went to get my soul, and found these mines, where this kid was mining for money. He also loves to sing. And I'm pretty sure he is clueless to what has happened on the surface, and still expects to get money from these gems. His name is Mila. You never meet Mila again. I actually died a lot before I was able to get the compass. After I did, I found this dude. He's called the Last Stag, and he really likes to travel, but nobody likes to travel on him. Luckily, you came around and saved his life. After traveling to the crossroads for a while, I found the fat-ass bug knight guy again, but won this time. It was actually pretty easy. I just didn't know what I was doing the first time. Then it was time to fight a real boss, the False Knight. Yeah, he destroyed me the first time, and the second, and the third. The fourth time he was dead. He actually killed himself though. He just kind of got angry and hit the ground a bunch and died. So I didn't do it. It was actually disgusting though. He sported blood everywhere, and his head popped off. And inside, between his body and his head, was the city crest. I do not know what this does yet. I wandered into this area with this little guy, and he taught me how to blast my enemies with balls of soul. He also knocked me out and made me kill this big armadillo monster thing, but I'm pretty sure we're besties. After killing another one of those armadillo beasts, I discovered the path is very different from Forgotten Crossroads. For example, the enemies explode when they die. Also, everything is, green. We will be spending a lot of time here. Also, as I said, Cornifer follows you everywhere. So, he's here and sold me a map for 60 Geo. Then I was given the Hunter's Journal by a funny guy with 6 eyes in the wall. The Hunter's Journal gives me some information about everything I kill in the caverns of Hollow Nest. After that, I did quite a bit of exploring in Green Path, and eventually found my first, whatever these are called. They're like some kind of knight, and they're very strong, and there's a ton of them in Green Path, and they just become a big nuisance later. Not really later on, just kind of right now. Eventually, I found this place and finally spoke to the lady that's been running from me the whole time, Hornet. She is so goddamn strong, though. She killed me in like seconds. It's gonna take quite a bit to kill her. Oh! Oh, no way. I think we should use the ball thing and heal her, because there's no way she just hits that much. Wait! Oh, I won! It was that easy! It was that easy. I just had to deal a little bit of damage and then rush in and spam. Oh my god, wait, that's awesome! Oh, I can do that. Would it seek to break the seals? Allow us our peace. What? What? That took so many hours, over like 2 days. It was just such a grueling fight. But in the end, it was worth it because I got the Mothwing Crawl, which allows you to dash quickly along the ground or in the air. Dashing became very useful, and I probably moved more dashing than walking through the whole game. Like, I used it a ton. Eventually, I made it to the Lake of Un, where this little house was, and in the house was Quirrell, of course. I found him, we spoke about our adventures in Green Path, and I rested on his bench before knocking this dude into a lake of acid. I found this little area you have to dash through and try not to get hit by the thorns. There was also little zappy things, but I still managed to make it to the end and get this charm. Thorns of Agony. Thorns of Agony isn't that good, but at least I have it, I guess. After spending like 20 minutes walking in circles, I found this chest, which I had opened earlier, and accidentally fell in. I don't know how it took that long to fall in, but it did. I killed one of them and got a new charm called Baldur's Shell, which is much better than the last charm I got. It literally gives you a shield bubble when you're healing. I killed the other one and got out with my new charm. I went to the surface and found this little dude named Zote, who said he was some mighty knight, but he looked like a literal child. There was also some weirdo named Tiso yapping about a place down the well where we could fight, but I don't think I ever saw him again. Then, I found another new place. This place has some weird enemies, like these little mushrooms, and these big balloon guys who, like, explode everywhere. It's weird, bro. They're like gas. The amount of soul-melting water in this place is insane, by the way. There are, like, pools everywhere. I met another guy named Leg Eater. I don't know why his name is that, but we're just gonna go with it. He wanted to show me something nice for 86 Geo, and I did it. All he showed me was his shop with these fragile charms. I never did buy any. Anyways, I immediately walked into this after that. What's that? I'm dead. I killed them after like 3 tries, and they dropped a charm notch, which adds more space for me to equip more charms. one of those big mushroom guys respawn every single time you go to that place, and then there's also a bunch of little children that respawn that you can kill for soul. I died to one of these bomb things that came out of the walls, and they do a ton of damage. I then made it to Queen's Station, where I once again found Quirrell, who was just admiring the station, all the old architecture and Hollow Nest. Apparently there's a banking system, so I dropped off most of my money so I didn't lose it. The bank was in a place called... This place got jellyfish, and the big ones, they explode. I did end up dying, but that's okay. Until it wasn't okay. Okay, well, I actually only lost like 700. I just put a ton of Geo into the bank like 5 minutes beforehand, so we're good. Later on, after more exploring, this random dude named Cloth jumped out of the floor and said she wanted some serious combat, but she didn't attack me. I guess she did not find me strong enough. I found these purple mushrooms that you can bounce on and did not figure out how to use them correctly for a long time. Eventually, by eventually I mean like an hour and a half later, I watched a video and figured out you need to attack downwards to bounce really high. And then I just progressed through the purple mushroom place for a bit. And then I finally found Cornifer, and I very, very disrespectfully called him Map Guy. Map Guy! Yes! I am very, very sorry, Kernaful, bro, what? I'm very, very sorry, Cornifer. I promise, bro, I will never do it again. I did not mean to call him Map Guy, I just didn't know his name at the time. So, I guess, anyways, I have a map of fungal waste now. I withdrew some money from the bank, and immediately lost it all by dying twice.
Like, how does that happen? They just come out of the walls now? Like, what? Oh my god, bro, I lost all my coins.
I still don't understand how that bomb came out of a completely normal wall. I found the Mantis village, and the Mantises are actually very strong. But I managed to get through and obtain the Mantis Claw, which lets you literally wall jump. Then I found this temple, and I'm gonna give y'all the privilege of not having to go through this, but I genuinely spent hours using Paint 3D and shit just to get this mask shard without any light. Eventually, I got out of there with the shard and opened this giant hole in the Mantis village, and it led to a secret Mantis hideout, which led me to their leaders, and I tried to fight them until I decided to watch a video on how to get a new nail. And I went to on the way to the City of Tears, there was this tricky thorns obstacle course thing, and it led me to this. A large nightstick. Yo, bet. So that's what the city crest is for. Wait, did it just shut? Since I was literally trapped there wasn't much I could do other than explore until I found the blacksmith. Got my new nail. After I did do that, which is why I came, I genuinely spent hours, like way more time than I needed to, fighting bosses at like 3 AM until I had finally defeated both stages of the Soul Master, and then I decided it was time to edit this video.